Brokers Open Podcast, baby. We wanted to give a quick explanation
Of why?
as to why we do what we do, what this podcast is about, so that we're not wasting anybody's time, so that we're adding value, doing all these types of things.
So that people know why they would listen to it, so that people know what to expect to get out of it whenever they hear an episode of Brokers Open Podcast.
So Brokers Open Podcast is a little play on words. Obviously, in the realtor community, people understand what a Brokers Open is, so we just wanted to do a little play on words with that name.
And be open about conversations about everything that has to do with real estate.
Right.
So, I mean, so the cool part about this is whatever type of business owner you are, if you're trying to grow your business, get to the next level, that's why we have more than just real estate agents on here. We want to help people have ideas and look at things differently and see what other successful people are doing, right? In order to help them get to that next level, help them break through.
It's important for entrepreneurs and realtors alike to understand that, in real estate, realtors need to take their business as a business.
Absolutely.
It's not a hobby. It's not a, sell a house here or there. That's why we bring the entrepreneurs on, is we want to get that entrepreneurship mojo flowing so that we can delve that into real estate and how that applies.
So we've had some incredible people in here, right? So I'm gonna point out one of them. Okay, so one of them is a Navy SEAL. Captain is a Navy SEAL, right? Could he do that part time?
No.
Okay. What about the guy that owns the gym, or the guy that does civil engineering, or the guy that has you can't do that part time or some of the time, or have a hobby and excel at it, right?
Yeah, not if you're going to be taken seriously. If you're actually going to make money at this,
right? And treat the customer the way, right? So if you sat down in front of a seller or buyer and said, "Hey, I'm really part time. I just want to kind of sell this so I can make some money, so I can pay for my golf membership."
Stellar value add.
That's right. Hey, and if they like that and they want to do that, rock on. But if you're scared to say that at your listing appointments, then maybe your why is a little bit off.
That's an indicator.
Yeah.
So entrepreneurship or realtor or broker alike, this is definitely a podcast for you, because we dive into businesses, whether they're in the finance industry, whether it's in the military, whatever it might be, but it will always, the conversation will start to lead back to real estate to a certain extent.
We'll make sure of that.
Yeah. But there's a reason why we don't bring just realtors or just brokers or just, real estate owners on here, is because we need that full entrepreneurship aspect in order to deliver value to you. What's the goal behind the Brokers Open podcast?
I think the biggest thing is to put on display people that are successful and how they got there.
Right.
What did they do in order to do that? Because some things are going to be unique to them, right? So the Pareto Principle, 80-20. So 80% of business is all the same, 20% is different trade to trade, right? So if we come on here and we have people that have succeeded and they tell their story and how they got from point A to point B, and out of that 80%, there's things that are the same. So if it's an entrepreneur that's watching a real estate agent, they're like, oh, maybe I could do that by building business. Or if it's an entrepreneur and a real estate agent is watching it, maybe they could say, oh my gosh, that would make a huge difference if I looked at my clients and customers that way, or if I ran that kind of schedule, or if I added an accounting person to back up what's going on with my team.
Exactly right.
We want to make sure that they know that they're the CEO of their business.
Yeah.
That's the key thing.
The opportunity you get on Brokers Open Podcast, too, is the idea behind a podcast is that you're almost in the room with us having the conversation with Matt and I, or with our guest. But we're introducing you to people and to conversations and to ideas and to brainstorming and to education that you would not have heard of necessarily outside of this. So the idea is that we're bringing you into our network, into our minds, and into our conversation to better you, to better your business, and to better your career path.
Right. So you're having a conversation about with three people's experience, and Justin and I have a lot of experience in the real estate side. The people that we're sitting down with have a lot of experience in whatever that is. And so instead of the person having to go find those in the middle of their day, what we do in an hour is tons of years worth of experience.
Right.
So if somebody watches a 45-minute or hour podcast, even if it's just while they're running their schedule in the morning or whatever it is, if they do that, they're going to get the benefit of three people talking to them, trying to help point out the important parts of what we do.
Right.
That's huge.
And if right, exactly. And if you have time to just listen to it, you don't have to watch every episode. In fact, watching it is definitely an added benefit, because you get to see expressions and where the inflection is. But at least listen.
That's right. At least pay attention, listen, dig in. I promise every episode you're going to there's a nugget in every one of them.
Yeah, there's value there. Right. So if you're about education and moving your career path or your personal life forward, this is definitely the podcast for you.
Embracing entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And whatever you're doing, but embracing entrepreneurship and want the benefit of other people that have succeeded at it to be able to talk to you, like coaching you through it is
Right.
what it boils down to. So it's good stuff.
Rock on.
Later.
Thank you for listening and watching.